girl all day long. So she just set herself up. But I was happy to see him incriminate himself the way that he did because of what they had done to her right before. And it was just horrific to me. And she picks on the docile in the week, but I bet you she won't call me over there. She will not. I bet you she won't send me not a message and ask me to come sit in a box.
I definitely agree with y'all. And that's what I said early on. I don't know if y'all heard what I said. I said they knew that because they know how Eb is going to respond. So they know that Eb, so that they can record it. We all know how Eb talks and how some of these people on this app talk,
she's a bully.
But that girl definitely did say that she was sent over. Even though Eb was asking for her, that girl went in that box.
Hey, she's in here. Let her speak for herself. I'm gonna drop she's in here. Let her come up.
Watch, can I say something real quick on behalf of that live?
Sorry, Gia. Yeah,
thank you. So I was on the live also, and I do agree. Eb did on her, but she was all for it because every time that Eb would put her down, she'd come right back up. Eb would say, I'm not going to talk to you unless you go, cam up. She cammed up. Like, she was all for it. She walked all over her house. She went to the front of her house. Like, what am I jealous of? Like, there was a dialogue. They was beefing at each other. But at one point, there was kind of like a peace between them. You know what I'm saying? So, does it make it right? No, it doesn't make it right. But that is what happened. It wasn't like Ed was just going in. Like, she told Ed.
Can I talk?
I didn't even hear whatever that person said. Ed asked her, what were you saying about me? And she said all the things that she said about her and this and that. And so, at the end of the day, these are two grown women that chose to be on live and have people humiliate them because they were talking about Eb too. Eb kept the live open to everybody. People were calling Ebs all types of things. So it wasn't like the lady was being attacked and nothing was said about Eb. Eb was getting ripped to shreds on her own post. I was even shocked at the things that were saying to her. I'm like, where her mods? She kept on telling her mods, do not block anyone. She had Sobe on there. She had Blake on there. She had Ants on there. She was just going off. And she said, like, that was her day. So I think she would have called anybody. I don't think she was afraid of calling anybody yesterday. She was like, whoever got anything to say, like, come up, bring the noise.
At the end of the day, it was white on white crime. Who cares?
Sobe,
who cares?
Eb is still black.
White on white crime.
We can't.
That bitch is white.
We can't dismiss her blackness. Now, Sobe, I know you wanted to speak next. I think it was Sobe that wanted to talk next.
But I did. And YSB, when you said it was January that you spoke to Patrick last, you a motherfucking liar. And I don't like liars. So when you get in this box and you lie, now I'm looking at you sideways. Because you a goddamn liar. Because it was just last month, motherfucker, when I saw you in the box. When you was going after people. So I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call a spade when I see a motherfucking spade.
Love it.
Because that's a lie. And you saw my comment. That's why your ass hurried up and left the box. You a liar. It wasn't January. It was just last month. When you was talking about buying Skylar's house because of unpaid taxes, when you was buddy-buddy with Patrick Genty. Okay?
No, that was in January. That was back in January, Sobe. That was not last month.
Do not play me, because I got the recordings. It was not.
Okay, bring it up. Bring it up, Sobe. Bring it up.
You're not going to play me. You're not going to play me, my nigga. You're not going to do that. That's not.
Bring it up, Sobe. Sobe, I respect you.
Echo. I think I'm echoing y'all. I just got a phone call. Sis, I got to drop. I have to drop. I think I got an echo. I think it's me.
Sobe, that was like January, February time because my page got freaking bananaed by them in March.
It absolutely was not. It absolutely was not.
Okay, show me the receipt.
I will, motherfucker. I'm on live right now. I can't show it to you right now.
Okay, well,
but I'm gonna show it to you because I'm gonna prove to you that you a goddamn liar. That's the motherfucking point. And I don't fucking like liars. That's my point. You come on here talking about it was January when it wasn't fucking January. Do not play in my motherfucking face because I don't like motherfucking liars. That's why I'm fucking angry because you lied.
Sobe, it was like January, February. It was not March.
Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Calm down. Calm down. Okay.
Yes, we can hear you, baby.
Okay. So this is what I'm hearing. Like this is why I think people were like, like saying that you were a liar and stuff like that. But y'all gotta understand, even if he did support them back then, y'all came out with the audio, I think like a month ago. Now this is a question, so be answer Gia. Have y'all seen him support Genty after the audio was released?
So
No,
to
I
answer your
haven't.
question,
No, I
I've
haven't.
never
No, I
even
haven't.
seen
But
him, period. I've
no,
never
I
seen this
haven't. But
man
I
till he
have
was
not.
mentioned yesterday. So
I have not seen him support Genty. But my point is, timeline matters. When you try to misrepresent yourself with timeline, I am looking at you with a side eye bombastically because I don't fucking trust you. That's the period point blank, because I ain't got no reason to lie to nobody on this app. So when you do that, when I know for a fact, because I've been watching and I didn't even know who you were, that's a problem to me. That means you still fucking double teaming whatever the fuck you doing. I don't trust you. And right now I don't trust you, so I'm gonna unmutual your ass because I don't fucking trust you.
Sobe, I'm telling you that it was like January, February when that whole shit went down with Scarlett when he tried to dox me. Like, nah, that was not in March at all. So that was the time frame. And if I got the time wrong, I'm sorry, but that's what I remember.
You
Because
got the
I was
time
not in
wrong, brother.
Patrick's box.
You got the time wrong, brother. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got the
Okay,
time
Sobe.
wrong.
Okay, then, Sobe, if I got the time wrong, then I fucking got the time wrong, Sobe. Okay? But I'm not lying to you.
You just
I'm
asked
not
me
lying
if
to
I
you,
had the
Sobe.
proof,
I'm
though.
not a Patrick supporter.
I didn't
Okay?
say you was. I just said you got the time
Okay,
wrong.
then
That's
if I made a mistake, then I made a mistake. Okay?
Then
But for you
own
to
up
sit
to
up here
it
and say
then.
that I'm a liar,
Then own up
then
to it then. That's what I just said.
okay, then show
Stop
me the proof,
lying.
Sobe.
Okay,
Then
okay.
show me the proof, Sobe.
Okay, so wait, hold on, y'all. So he did just say, if I got the timeline wrong, then like I think he kind of maybe that was the ownership.
that's
You know what I'm saying? We can kind of look at that like as the ownership, right? You know
And
what I'm
that's what I
saying?
Okay,
said.
for
He should have
instance,
said that.
Gia,
From the
hold on,
beginning.
Gia.
Hold on real quick. I need everybody
Sobe,
to mute. I can yell too, y'all. I
okay.
just don't like to yell. Yelling is not fucking fun. Let's not fucking do it. Because I can yell a lot louder and I don't want to. Because everybody's cool peoples, right? Like, I don't want to yell. Like, my God. But I'm going to yell right now.
Can I say
So,
something real quick? I'm not eating
yes.
mud cookies like Maryland.
What the hell is mud cookies?
Hey, can I get somebody to drop?
Ask Patrick
I
Smith
But
about
want
mud
to bring
cookies.
up
I do need
Imperfect
somebody.
Girl.
Hello, I'm trying to get y'all attention because I'm trying to get somebody to drop because I did just see drop everybody out the box real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. I'll bring y'all back up and I'm gonna tell y'all why I just dropped everybody out of the box. I don't like to yell, y'all. Y'all just saw me yell, and that is uncomfortable, y'all. If everybody can drop real quick. Thank you, Ray. If everybody can drop real quick. Okay. All right. Genty, I saw you just come in. If you would like to come up, I did see Genty pop in a couple of times. There are a few questions that I know some people have for you. This isn't a space to try to you did this. I believe that what the recording said, but I do believe in opportunity for somebody to come up and speak about things from their perspective or to maybe answer some tough questions. That is why I dropped everybody out of the box. We know that you are watching at the moment. So if you would like to come
I'll
up,
give them an invite.
that is totally up to you. I respect people's boundaries if you do not want to come up. But I also think everybody that come in the box, y'all have to
You need to be
understand,
respectful of shit too.
y'all have to be very respectful. The way that conversations work is that people listen to each other. And if you're not listening, and a lot of these things that happen across this app is because y'all are not really talking and not listening and not allowing some people to speak. I understand that it is really
a legal
heavy.
matter.
It is really heavy. It is not a legal matter. And let me tell you how I know it's not a legal matter.
Oh, well,
Y'all
well, damn. I'm talking about it's legal.
Y'all all still talking about it. So let's not play the legal matter. I want anybody in the, you know what? Let's ask this. Anybody in the comments who keeps saying that it is a legal matter, please come up. And I want to ask you if anybody who has been talking about him on this app for a past month has been served with papers. How long do y'all think that it is going to take for somebody who these people are going around every day talking about this man, and y'all are listening to this man say it is a legal matter while still talking about it, while his friends are still talking about it, while y'all are still basically talking about it but not talking about it? If Genty wants to come up, he can. If he doesn't, that's cool too. For me, I have observed his behavior and made my determination on what he has said and nobody else. Okay? So, if anybody wants to come up and explain why nobody has received any paperwork with this legal matter, with a cease and desist, why hasn't anything happened yet? Does anybody want to come up and talk to that? So clear the request and let's talk about that. Since y'all keep saying it's a legal matter, we know Genty ain't coming up. I gave him the grace to ask him, did he want to come up? So if anybody want to comes up into opposition, because Leo Princess, I see you in here too, so you can definitely request. And anybody else that feels like they want to request, I'm going to lower my tone because this isn't the type of energy that I give on lives. So I'm going to go on mute. We're going to see who wants to come up and have some equitable dialogue. Since I am not on my page, I cannot drop you. But if I have to yell and tell my sister to drop you because you are talking too fucking much, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mute. If anybody's going to come up, and Perfect Girl, if you want to come up and figure out why they wanted you to come up, you can come up. I'm going to mute and we're going to sit here in silence for a second because everybody needs to calm the fuck down.
What she said, goddammit. What she said. What she said. They was talking shit about my green screen, sis. I ain't taking it down because I don't want y'all to see my house, okay? It's nice. I got stuff in here, but I don't want y'all looking all into my background. Just a quick, quick praise break. And Perfect Girl, I see you in here. Hey. We weren't talking about, we were talking about you like inadvertently because we were in that live last night. Because some people were upset at the way you were treated and talked to, you understand? So the question was to YSB from Gia, like, well, just because people don't agree with Patrick, why do you feel the need to go after the people that care about him or are choosing not to speak on it? Okay? So, sis, what you doing? Showing your background?
I gotta take a sage break. That's what I'm doing over here. I gotta take a sage break because y'all not gonna listen. That's the person I'm supposed to be, not the person I'm trying to be. We definitely want to have a conversation.
Peaceful lives, like,
I am going to sage.
Oh, so Joe R is Chris R. Hey, cuz, because you was lying. You was lying on me saying that I said some shit and I ain't say that. You was saying we said something and we ain't do that. You know better, no? I was taking up for you. I was taking up for you. And my sister was like, nah. And I was trying. You feel me? I'm always trying with y'all. And y'all just giving me a hard time. Okay, so we got Afro, Latina in a box, Miss Jupiter, and Miss Wednesday. So you want to bring them back up? We sent the invitation back out to John T. He didn't want to accept, which is cool.
Yes, you can add everybody back up. I'm gonna be staging in the background, y'all. But
okay, I'm about to add Gia.
Yeah, bring the girl Gia back up. I like Gia. Gia, you gotta calm down, girl, but I like Gia.
Yeah, Gia's cool. That's my homegirl. I'm bringing up a Perfect Girl and Wednesday for show coming up.
Wednesday for sure.
Perfect Girl and Wednesday for show coming up. Uh-oh. Will you come on, guys? Mute for me, okay? For show coming up. Uh-oh. Because she was in a live also with, and she saw how she was being spoken to.
Yeah,
And
so
that's why she was like, yo, I wasn't upset about the dang old video. I laughed at it.
yeah, so in Perfect Girl, we're gonna talk about like that's my
Miss
sister's opinion,
Remy
y'all. If she laughed at it, that's what she
and the
did.
twins say.
But in Perfect Girl, you were basically brought up because there was a live that we were talking about the live with Eb. You know, we were just sitting here shooting the shit. And Gia, you know, she had some questions for why SB or I think I can't remember. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Drop and come back down. Perfect Girl. Imperfect Girl. Yeah, she might have to drop a come back down. We'll come back to that when you come up. All right. So I don't know who came in. Like first, I think Gia came in first. Gia, did you have something to say?
I just wanted to apologize to you because I was talking loud and I am loud, so that's and I cannot comment on the comments. So there's a lot of things that were said that I couldn't talk back, but I really don't care what anybody else has to say. But the question to YSB was not just like why was he coming for? It was just more like why did you make those faces? Because I didn't even know he had made a video. I had never even heard of this man until yesterday. So I didn't even know who he was. I haven't seen his video. I was just curious as to why he had Eb's picture and Dua, and then he went all around and started talking about Genty. But ironically, when Sobe, or I don't know who else came on, he then was honest about the answer, which was he did not like the way Eb was coming at Imperfectly, the woman Imperfect, I think it's Perfectly Perfect or something. I apologize if I got your name wrong. And the way Dua was coming at him. And that's why he made the those posters or whatever have you, and then afterwards said it's none of your business. My point is, if you are on the internet, putting things on the internet for hundreds of people to see it, it is no longer your business, because your business is when you keep it in your house, not when you put it on the internet so everybody could see it. Like people are gonna ask a question, and he came into this live where the three of us were talking. So clearly you wanted us to see your posters, or you wanted us to laugh or make an opinion, and you didn't get the reaction that you thought you was gonna get. And also how it started was because he was calling Dua shot doodoo, and I said you shouldn't do that because that sounds kind of racist to me. And so did Beamy. Agreed, like, yeah, that doesn't even sound right, and I don't even like how you was calling him black something on another video. So that's how it all turned around, and it got a little bit heated because when I asked questions, he kept on referring back to Genty, and my question was just direct, like, what did Ebony do to you, and what did Dua do to you? Because I think that, you know, this bullying crew that they have going around to people's posts and videos and harassing people, I think you lose the message that you're trying to make about about an abuser or child, SAer. It loses its points once you start harassing other people. Like, it just loses its points. Or when you're trying to make a point like, he also harassed me, he also did it to me, but yes, it's about the kids. It's like, well, which one is it? That he harassed you, or that about the kids?
Can I clear that up?
Yeah, that's
It
just
can
my
be
opinion.
both.
Can I clear that up real quick
If
before
you
you?
say so.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
thank you,
both.
Gia. I do respect that perspective too. Wednesday, I think that was you that said, "Can I clear that up?" Wednesday.
So before you guys get deep into the good stuff, I'm going to just clear it up by saying this. So, and again, coming from a spectator's part, the reason you're going to see a mixed multitude of people and feelings and stuff is because there have been people that have been violated by him. There are people that have been watching him violate. So this is a time when people put out videos like YSB, this is like justice served. Everybody's eating it up because it's like I love to see it because I've watched how you mistreat other people. Now I am one. I don't know if you knew this, and I was in a live and I heard him with my own ears sexualize his own child, and it tore me to pieces. I've watched him pull my friends into the box and berate them and just talk about them. I mean, I've seen the things, his volatile behavior. So what you're going to find is it's not that people aren't down for the cause. It's not that nobody's abandoning the cause for the children, because that's real. But there are also people that have been scarred by him or have been affected by him in a negative way. And so, heck yeah, people it's a free for all right now. It's a circus.
I agree with you. It is a circus, but like you said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So like a person like me that's a spectator, that I just really surf, like I surf lives. I've been on Ray's live. I've agreed with certain things that she said. I've agreed with certain things that Sobe has said. He's made great points. Like I've seen things that are on the other side that have made great points, but when I see other people directing it and it'll be like 5 minutes of hearing all the things that he's done, it's like how Ray has also said, once I'll bring her name up again, not to be funny, but she's like, you're taking away from the point when you start doing all that stuff. And it does. When you start harassing people that really do not have anything to do with the situation or choose not to involve themselves because they got bigger things going on in their life that they don't want to go online and start. Not everybody wants to be part of that. So
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Let me finish.
Wait. Can you guys
Let me finish. I'm not speaking for you. I just said a point that I heard you say. So when someone goes into other people's lives, like they've done to mine, they've come to my post. Scholar has come to my post. He's coming to my inbox personal. I'm not talking about other people. He's calling me weirdos. He said, I hope you die because I have cancer. He said, I hope you have the wrong results that you get. Because I told him, I said, listen, I got bigger things. I'm dealing with my cancer. Like, I don't even want to deal with all that. I just surf. I don't got an opinion on this. He said, I hope you die. I hope you have this and I hope you have that. And to me, when you start doing that, if I was thinking, you know what, you guys are right, now you turn me off. Now I'm like, you know what, you guys have an ulterior motive. So I am saying that when you move out of like your mission, when it's a serious mission and you start clowning people and going on live and attack this person and now go to this person, that to me is like, that loses the entire thing. And I'm not lying. I swear on my children. I swear on my own life that man has come into my inbox prior to him coming to me.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you real quick. This is what I want to talk this up. Okay, I love you, girl. You sweet. So listen, check this out.
Thank you. So are you.
So this is what I would suggest, because this is what. So YSB is fighting for the cause. That video he posted about that live in Ebb's live is totally separate. Like life still continues, right?
I'll watch it.
But do you see what I'm saying? It's like it doesn't have anything to do with that situation. It's a totally separate situation.
Correct.
Like there are going to be people that are still fighting for the cause, but at the same time, business as usual.
Right, but if you're sitting in a panel of like, let's just say the person that's leading the cause and, vouching for you, and then you going around and like doing those things. Like I said, if I was a person that watched Gentie's lives and then all of a sudden this came on, I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy because I have children. And then all of a sudden you start doing other stuff. I'm not going to agree to that. It's going to totally turn me off.
And I'm going to let Ray
and real quick,
now what YSB did is completely, like you said, it's
real quick.
I do want Ray to get a chance to speak, but I do agree with what G is saying, and I said this before. As far as like,
I need some people to drop too. Like if you Miss Wednesday.
Be glad to. Thank you.
All right, thank you for coming up, Miss Gia. If I could swap you out real fast.
I definitely understand where Gia is coming from when she.
I'll bring you guys right back up.
But I think we had said in another live too. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to understand it from a different perspective. Even when Ray explained it, like it made sense, right? Like so, even though we can disagree, like it do make sense why certain people, may be around certain people. I saw somebody in the comments saying like that's their friend or they're cool with. They're not cool with that particular person or this particular person. I do understand them coming together for like a common thing, right? So like that makes sense. But Ray, we're gonna have you go, Ray, and then Perfect Girl, I'm gonna tell you, what we were talking about. I mean, honestly, if you want to add to the conversation or not, but it was very brief while you were discussing. So we're gonna let Ray go.
What is very like unusual is for you to talk about child CA, and then expect no emotions to be connected to it. When people say, "Oh, you're just upset," "Oh, you're just in your bag," "Oh, it's about what he did to you," it doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. If people are joining this cause because Patrick called them the B word in one of his lives and now reporting him for being on this app, way to go. People are allowed to have emotions. And I want to stop that narrative that people shouldn't have feelings about Patrick. And that shouldn't be the motivation for reporting him on this app when he have access to like about 500,000 minors on this app. You worried about whether I was angry with him once upon a time. I think that's an irrational connection to reality. The reality is Patrick has harmed so many people on this app, and so many people have different motivations on why they're doing it. But even if that is the facts and the truth, they still have a right to report Patrick. We have a right. That is it. That is all. And if you expect me to only have content about Patrick because I'm talking about Patrick, then you're mistaken. My whole content is not about Patrick. Patrick is not my whole entire life. That should be okay. We should be able to laugh on our lives, talk about eating food. I mean, all these things that's coming up. Oh, you're on a live flirting with Scholar. So what? Why does that matter to you who I'm flirting with? It's like the deflection is of a third grader mindset. Like, I'm not allowed to talk about food on my live. I'm not allowed to flirt with Scholar. I'm not allowed to laugh, giggle, yawn, scratch my ass. Like, none of these is allowances because I'm talking about child abuse. And that's unrealistic. That's unrealistic. And if you think that when you go and do these marches and these protests, that everybody's motivated because of the issue, then you're mistaken. Some people are motivated just to be an add-on. If you go on this app and you see people and that go into a post and they say, I'm just here to boost the comments, to get this noticed. Some people are doing it just for that reason, to get some notoriety to it. And that's okay, as long as it's being said. And now let me clear up, because I don't want anybody to speak for me. I can speak for myself. What I said was this: everybody has a different part in the movement. I don't necessarily agree with everything everyone is doing, but I'm not going to get on this app and I'm not going to start talking about it on this app, because we're a united front. The movement is get Patrick deplatformed, period, point blank. Do I agree with how everyone is doing it? No. Would I like that every time we go in a live that people say, yes, we're going to go and follow the cause? I would love that. But if they choose not to, I'm not going to follow them around the app and start, harassing them, because what I believe is this: the truth reigns supreme. And so the people who are for the cause, no matter what, no one can deter them from the cause. So if you start to say, I'm not going to do this because I don't like that person, and you know that somebody is an abuser on this app, and that's the reason why it deters you from getting this person off the app, then you have to go deal with that in your own moral compass. But I know this is spreading so wide that it's not going to be stopped. And that's good for me. I don't care what your motivation of spreading this word is. I don't care if it's about being angry at Patrick. Use that. I need your anger. Use it and put it towards some good work, because this is good work.
Now, I will say, we've already talked about this, like, just for people coming in for clarity, we've already kind of discussed this on the other live. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, we're revisiting things that we kind of already talked about. So
well, it's brought back up. So
it did come back up. You know what I'm saying? Because Ray did explain that, and I explained my, I'm not even going to give my opinion. Like, if you heard it the first time, you heard it. If you didn't hear it, I really don't care. So I do want to talk about Imperfect Girl real quick. So the reason that you came up Imperfect Girl is because Gia was asking YB, I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. I know it started with a Y, YB something. And she was asking him about Eb's live. You know what I'm saying? And in some kind of way we got to the conversation. Wednesday had mentioned Eb was, like, I guess, coming at you. I was there for that live as well. Mm-hmm. She was coming at you, bullying you and attacking you. And, she was talking about doing it as well. And it was very telling, right? So, like, that's kind of where we left off. However, what I did say and what I saw after that live, although I don't think that was right? I don't think it's right. I don't think anything is right to talk about anybody on either side. Like, I don't agree with that. I said that earlier in my live, but I also said sometimes it depends on what it is. I may chuckle and then pray to God that I don't go to hell. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be very honest about what I said.
You did say that.
I did say that, but I don't do that. I don't participate in that because I've lived that life before, and I just don't do that. I'm just not that person, right? Yeah. So what I will say is I did see didn't go to somebody else's live, and you can fill me in on who's live and who was there, because I'm not sure. But somebody did ask you a question about, I don't know if they asked you a question or made a statement about why you stayed up there so long, or they wouldn't have stayed up there so long. And you specifically said that you were told to and asked to stay up there that long in that live.
Yes, I was asked to.
That's what I was telling y'all. You know, even though I do think, even though Eb was calling people out to come talk to her, that's why I had the opinion, because I had saw that I do think that you were sent over there because y'all knew how she was going to act, because that's how she typically acts, right? Like, we see it.
I was told that she had been summoned me to come. So, and I knew if I didn't come, she would be calling me, you know, the P word, and that's not who I am. So I was gonna go. I mean, everybody told me she had been drinking. So it was I either go or she called me the P word. So I went. And yeah, I was told and I
sent you over there. Who sent you over there?
Right.
That's the question. Who sent you over there?
I prefer not to say.
Okay.
As long as everybody know, it was not Sobe. I don't
absolutely.
Now wait a minute, because I did tell y'all that somebody sent her over there. Now, I do think that
wait. Nobody sent me over.
Told her to stay in the box. That was the thing.
I was told to stay in the box.
That's what it was.
I wasn't sent.
Well, who told you to stay in the box?
Who told
I don't want to
stay?
say.
And you know what? That's
Again,
perfect.
it was not Sobe.
No, it was not Sobe. Sobe has not. No.
Okay, so it was Sobe. Y'all can make your own determination who y'all think. I'm not going to say it. I don't have any opinion about who I think told her to come over there, but.
No, it was I'm sorry.
Come over there. I'm sorry.
Told me to
Who told her to
come,
stay in the box?
and I was told to stay in the box.
Yeah, she went over there.
What were you told to stay in the box? Was it told to be argumentative? Like, what was the reason to stay? Or was just to show that Eb is out of control?
No, it was to get the live shut down.
Thank you.
That's
what it was for. Okay. That's what I was. That's what the point was. Wasn't to start no trouble.
Can I just say this? Can I please just say this thing and then I'll drop if you want me to? Our mission is to spread awareness. We don't bully and then we shut down the live. That's it.
Okay,
so shutting down somebody's live is not bullying?
But wait a minute, will you guys agree that it is a fine line between spreading awareness and harassment? Can we agree on that though? Like, it's a
no, we can't agree on that because it's awareness. It's awareness.
I mean, the way it's gone about though, like
there's no harassment.
When you say harassment, what do you mean by that?
Like really going at them, like heckling, like all in their emails, like go here, go there, go here, like.
Can I say
harassment?
Can I say something real quick? Because that line has been crossed.
Real quick. We gonna circle back around. We gonna circle back.
Okay, but can I just tell you one? Can I just say one thing?
Yeah, we gonna let you finish it. And I'm sorry, the person in the red, I can't see Jupiter. Okay, thank you, Jupiter. We're gonna go to you.
I can give you, if you allow me. And we gonna circle back around
to what my sister said.
If you allow me, this is what I do when I go into a live. I just let the person know that Patrick is a child abuser.
Listen, I want to. You go and you be like, hello. That's the first thing you say.
Yes.
Look, Stella was like, come on. I'm like, just say that.
Yeah, I do. I go in, hello, how is everyone? And then I drop that, and then I continue. And then if they block us or whatever, then we do what we need to do to shut down the live. We're not in there being like, if you don't come over to our side right now, we're gonna.
Listen, I be watching. I'm here every night. I be on it, tired as hell.
So why we pretending like they don't report live? Like guess
Like
what? Why
that's
we
what
pretending
that's
like
what's
that
killing
don't
me
happen?
right now. Like
Wait,
you
what
guys
y'all are
are
y'all
just
talking about? The
not being
comments?
real right now.
Are y'all talking about the comments?
We don't
No,
like.
I'm
That's
just
not
saying,
what we
like, if
do,
you're
though.
going to
We don't
discuss that,
bully
you going, they're
anybody.
going in live, so you have to also discuss that Patrick sends his supporters to MR us to
Exactly. Like
attack our
why?
accounts
Yeah,
all the time.
I've been
This
in
is
the
not
live where
anything
Patrick
new.
has
I
told
It's
will
not
agree
so
with that.
childish
I
that
will agree with
anybody
that,
makes a
Miss Ray.
movie.
So
That's
what
all
you
I'm
going
I
to
saying.
mean,
do?
we
It must
don't
be
bully. We
propaganda.
do not bully. I want to make
Childish.
that clear. We're
And
not
you know what?
here
To
to
be honest,
like.
guys, if he was here, I would ask him the same thing.
Yeah, that's
That's a
crazy. It's
general
childish.
question. That's not
Yeah,
me
no,
siding
I
with
respect
They
nobody.
you
all do
That's
asking
it.
just me
A
that.
does it.
No.
asking.
I
He
speak
does
does
it
it.
to me, so I'm
Patrick
gonna
does
do
it.
it to him. It's childish.
Kappa does it. Like the llamas is right in here right now, but nobody says anything about the llamas
But
being in here.
Let me
they
say this right
say
now.
Okay,
really
hold
Bullying.
on.
bad stuff, and
No,
we're
let me say this
not.
right now. Bullying is what Yolanda Dennis Castro does. She has
Yes.
me all over her
I
IG,
don't even
and
know
I've yet
who
to
that
post a
is. I
Yolanda
don't
Dennis
even know who that
Castro
is.
is the head of llamas, and I've yet to post a video with her on
Oh,
my
I never knew
page.
her name. Okay, so let's not
Yolanda
say her
Dennis
name.
Castro. That's her
Uh,
name.
but look,
Yolanda
so listen
Castro.
real quick. Okay, I want Jupiter to talk. We can circle back around to the bullying thing because I do think that at a certain point things do tend to look like bullying, and I'll expand upon that and what I mean to that exact point. But I do want
Agreed.
to circle back up to Jupiter real quick because she's been very patient. Jupiter, we appreciate you. Jupiter.
Hi, Jupiter.
Hey y'all. Thank you.
Hello.
Watch me working by my lonely. Thank you guys for hosting this live. And I jumped in kind of responding to what by my lonely was saying because I mean, unfortunately the answer to that question is those lines have been crossed and they were crossed a long time ago. And it wasn't the people here that started crossing those lines. No
Hmm.
one sitting in this live started crossing those lines and set the standard or the precedent for what is happening and taking place right now. And it's crazy to me that the people who are crying the loudest at this point about the same sort of tactics being used on them that they've used on others is just that they can't take what they've dished out. And Gia, I hope that through the course of this live you took a moment to go look up what defamation is and what
Jupiter, don't use my
yeah.
name unless you got something real to say to me. I don't need to look it up. What I said was, I answered to him, well, then I guess I don't know what it is. Not that I don't know what it
Listen,
is, stupid.
if you don't understand the
No,
premise
I
of
didn't
the
say I didn't
conversation,
understand. What
Wait,
I told
it's
him,
a problem.
I told
ableism, y'all.
him,
Be careful.
Let's try
I
not to
told
name call,
him what
guys.
it
Let's try
was,
to
Don't
keep it
call
and
it
he
Oh
said
civil.
it
stupid.
God.
wasn't that.
Don't call it stupid. Be
I
careful.
Jupiter,
told
don't
Look,
say anything
and
him
else, sweetheart. Don't say anything else. Let her
listen,
scream. Let her scream.
listen, and to be honest
exactly,
with
Ray.
y'all, this is why yesterday I have a lot to say to Eb, and she knows I have a lot to say to her because I spoke to 2.5 years ago. I've spoke to certain people that were in that party, a part of that party on the back end, and I spoke to his ex-wife personally. So for me, I know what happened here. There's not a shadow of when I heard the recordings and everything I've seen since has let me know that my women's intuition, my gut intuition, never led me wrong about this guy. Even in the beginning, how he acted when he called himself calling out someone, he had information given to him and he turned on that woman and called her a groom. The same games, the pedophile throwing, the groomer throwing, all these different things have been happening for so long. It's a pattern of behavior. And if you have common sense and you're able to observe, that thought will register with you and it will resonate. This is a pattern of behavior, and there's a lot of people, there's a lot of components here. There's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people in the background, and there's a lot of people who have been doing this. There's a lot of people who have lost their platforms, a lot of good women and a lot of good people who just so happen to come across this creator and said the wrong thing to them, and they don't even know that they have all these other people that are in this Discord and in this private chat and here and there, that as soon as they got their username put out there, there's hundreds of people that are reporting you. Not
Yes.
to mention the fact that they went in the computer system, and there's a computer program that will mass report your account. It will bomb report. I don't know if anybody remembers back in the day you used to be able to bomb text somebody's phone. They have that same sort of program setting in. You are able to put in someone's username and mass report their account that way. There's many different methods that have been used.
Wow.
It's many different tactics of gang stalking, and that's exactly, it's cyber stalking, gang stalking, and they don't really want to go to court with nobody. You are the last person to want to go to court with anybody, yo. You have the worst record out of
So,
everybody.
girl, tell us, T.
There's
Cuba going to court too? I hear about this, y'all.
She
don't
don't
go to court
this
no
is
way. That
talk.
white woman
That's what
ain't
I'm
doing
getting.
nothing.
That's
That
what I'm
white
getting
woman
to. This is just talk. It is talk. They don't want to go to court with
Ain't talk
nobody.
for me. I'm
And the
mad.
last person that Genty wants to see in court would be me. Because I have recordings from years ago, and all the things that he cries about is the same things that he does to people.
Exactly.
He's called slurs. He's been in so
Oh my
many different
God.
issues. Oh my goodness. We could not even begin to like just sit here
They
and
have
one
no
live
clue.
and
They probably
even.
just getting up here, so they don't really know what's really
Yeah,
what he's
that's
done.
why I'm like,
Let's
I
talk about
don't know how long you've been following. I don't know how long the listener has been listening. But there's a lot of things, and they just talk and they play on the fact that people don't know some things, or the fact that these are a lot of young, impressionable people that they talk to who don't really have all the information and resources. So they just say whatever they want to at a certain point.
So let's
And
talk
then
about
they'll say whatever they want
Like
to
the
lie
common
on
sense.
people's character as well. And I'm going to mute up on that.
when Yolanda Dennis Castro pulled out guns, weapons, pew
That's
pew
not, is that
on the
doxing?
live.
That's not, I don't know if that's
That's
doxing. Is
not
that
doxing.
It ain't doxing. That's
She
her
puts
name.
everybody else's
That's her
name out
government.
there
She put mine out there, so hers
and
gonna be out
mine.
there. Yolanda Dennis Castro, when you got on live with pew pews, 4 of them, because you thought that the fold put your name up on a billboard, Donica, which wasn't your name because your name is Yolanda, and you was drunk on live and you pulled out pew pew threatening everybody. Let's talk about it. How you threaten everybody else on this live. Yolanda Dennis Castro. Let's talk about it. Why you got these white people running around with these fake troll pages trying to threaten people. Well, guess what? You got my Addy. Pull up, River Rat.
Oh, not River Rat.
So I just think because I don't know y'all, you know what I'm saying? I gotta look into this doxing thing. Doxing is new for me. It's a whole TikTok thing. I guess I've been doxed before. So can we let's not call her full government man, because I'm just not quite sure if that's doxing or not. But I think I didn't know who you were talking about. I'm gonna be honest. So you're talking about Kappa.
Yolanda
That's
Dennis
who you're
Castro,
that's
that
who you're
River
talking
Rat.
about.
The River Rat. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Now
That
you
River
know
Rat.
the llamas is up in here and they're gonna clip you up, and then Kappa gonna be talking about you.
Well, clip it up, River Rat. I don't give a fuck about that fat bitch. That
So
fat hoe ain't gonna
nah,
do shit.
I don't know. Hold on.
I thought you
Sobe.
said nobody
quick.
could curse and stuff like that.
Real
Sobe.
quick,
Sobe,
y'all.
I
Let's
need
try to
you up
protect
here
the
with
lie.
me.
Let's try to protect the lie.
Sobe, I need
It's
you
time
up
to go,
here with
y'all.
me.
Hold on. Real
It's
quick.
time to go.
Sobe,
Come on, guys.
Sobe, I
real
need you up
quick,
here with
y'all.
me.
Okay, hold on. All right. So who want to talk to me? I think people do got a misconception though that G is on somebody's side.
Conception, she on Patrick Jensen's side. I saw
No,
her in the
I'm
live
not.
the
Don't
other
speak
day.
to
she
me.
really
Don't
not,
speak to me.
y'all.
Yes, I
No,
I'm
don't speak
sure.
to me.
She is.
Don't speak to me.
I
I
would
am
like
not
to
on
know how
anybody's
you
side.
said
I'm
that
not on
you.
Oh, you
anybody's
was just
side,
in
and I'm not
Jensen's live the
following
other
any
day. You
mission.
lying. Bitch, I
I'm
hope
not
cancer
lying.
kick
I
your
told
ass
you the
out,
same
hoe.
thing
So
that happened to
wait.
me.
I hope that cancer
Shut
kill
up.
your
Sobe,
bitch
I
ass
need
I'm
out.
not
you up
arguing with
here.
somebody that
Calm
keeps saying my
down.
shit
Hey,
back of his neck.
all
I'm
right,
not.
y'all. I don't want to
Sobe,
yell.
I need you up here.
Yelling makes my head
Perfect
hurt.
girl. I'm here.
Okay, Ray.
It's
I
something
need.
gonna
Yeah.
happen to
Okay.
you.
Okay, all right, right.
Look,
I mean,
something gonna happen.
imperfect girl.
Something
All
happen
right.
to
I
somebody in the
wanted
room.
to know. I wanted you to circle back to where you said you felt like we were bullying.
Okay, yes, I did want to circle back the conversation. Back to that. I do feel like for me, and this is
Gotta
me
be.
personally, I definitely understand what people are saying. Of like somebody is being a bully. So like, how can, like, there were some comments. I don't know if y'all said it up here, but there were some comments saying like, you can't bully a bully or something like that in regards to bullying, right? So I do think at a certain point, I'm not saying like coming directly after Genty, but I do think coming after people that are associated and around Genty could then, to me, look like a form of bullying. For me, and this is only my opinion, if the focus is Genty, I feel like the focus should be Genty. You get what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I don't care how y'all do things in the way that y'all do it. You get what I'm saying?
I can understand that and respect that.
And
but
because I said that, I'm a bully. And because I said the same exact thing that
And
you
then-
said, I'm now supporting Genty. I said the same thing. Don't attack other people. Focus on the person that you're attacking. That's what I said.
But let me also say
Ray,
this.
you do.
If he's-
Okay, so I
if
think
he's-
that people getting everybody confused with everybody.
If-
Ray focuses on Genty.
I'm always focused on Genty.
So
we have a different
other people do focus on I think everybody getting lumped together, and I understand why everybody getting lumped together, because everybody is coming together, and it does. And I did ask those questions too in the first live when Blaze and Sobe and all of them is up there. I did ask those questions because I do believe.
What did they say?
His goons, like someone said in the comment.
I have to pull a live because I don't like to quote exactly because I did ask them questions because I did say what it looked like from certain people. I did say in my first live.
They're a team.
Yes,
So that, if they're together, they're holding each other down. Like, for example, me saying that, all of a sudden I love Genty. So imagine a group of 10 people.
Yes, but listen, hold on. I get what you're saying. Hold on.
Are doing something. I'm one person. And I'm saying, listen, it's not right what you're doing, going to other people's lives. You've never heard me defend Genty. No one has.
You never denounced it either.
If he's making money though, battling.
Okay, so wait a minute, real quick, y'all. Real quick.
I can't finish.
Hold on, y'all.
You're not running a business. You're right now on this live.
Wasting time, bro. You're not going nowhere with
this question was really
nowhere.
You will see.
Hold on, y'all.
You're going nowhere.
Hold on, y'all.
I know you wouldn't want us to go to support
Genty. Then we're gonna shut the live down.
So can y'all mute yourselves? Because I can't mute y'all. I don't have those functions. So let me go ahead and continue to explain like what I was saying, right? And I know it kind of derailed a little bit. So let me explain. So finish explaining. So I do think that it comes to a certain point. I don't think that it's not. Everybody is getting kind of lumped up, right? And I understand why everybody is getting lumped up. And I lumped everybody up at first. So that first live, I did ask what their intentions were because I do feel like there's a few people that have ill intentions. And I did specify that I didn't think that Ray was one of them. And I did specify that I didn't think that Sobe was one of them in that particular live. So we did kind of like go over that. If I can pull clips from it, I'll try to post it. I don't know how to do that, but I did kind of go over that so people can have like reference to that, right? But to go back to, so Ray's not doing that. I do think that to me constitutes a little bit of bullying there. I'm not saying, and I also think like talking about people looks and talking about all of that other stuff to me is irrelevant to what the real issue should be. I don't see Ray doing that. You get what I'm saying? So like, and I think she do get lumped into all that. I haven't seen that for her. And I do think certain people do that. Now, that's just how I feel, you know what I'm saying, and what I think about the situation. But that's just what I think. So that's what I'm referring to with bullying. I do think when you start going outside of that individual, involving their family, involving their potential friends and stuff like that, because let's face it, we cannot force his friends to hold him accountable. You get what I'm saying? And it's not their job to hold him accountable. So that's why I said that. Does that make sense, Imperfect Girl?
Yeah. Yes, it does, and I get where you're coming from. But can I say this to you?
Yeah, ma'am. You can say anything.
Thank you. What I was trying to say was, we're not forcing you to say come to our side or whatever. But if Patrick is making money on this app, say he's battling you and he's making money, we're going to shut that down. He doesn't deserve to make money on this app. We're sorry, but he doesn't. It's kind of like sorry, not sorry. Like, no, he doesn't deserve to make money on this app. We don't care how long it's been. We heard the recordings. We know what he did to that little baby. And we are not going to allow him to make money on this app. We want him off this app. TikTok, their rules is he shouldn't even be on this app. So that's what we want. We want him off this app. We don't want him making money, and we want him off this app. That's what our mission is. So
Can murderers be on the app? I'm just asking, just curious. Can murderers also be on the app, and domestic violence people, can they be on the app? I'm just is that part of it too? Just asking.
Hey, can I say something real quick? It's Lala, and I was
Okay, hold on real quick.
pictures.
Mute up. That's a good question that she did ask, but I do think that was
She can
answered a
look it
little
up for
bit
herself.
earlier, and I think that they said that there's nothing in TikTok guidelines against that. I understand why you asked that question, but somebody did answer that earlier, Gia, because I do think that question was asked earlier, and somebody said it wasn't in TikTok guidelines. Now, whether it should be, like, that's a whole nother issue and debate for whoever wants to talk about that a little bit later. But I do remember that question being answered a little bit earlier today.
Are you which one are you talking about?
About if murderers, she said if
okay.
murderers and unalivers and somebody else can, like, be on this app. And I do see people mentioning that about Sobe. I'm going to say, like, obviously you can feel about a way for whatever he did, but we've already talked, I did say this to Gia the other day too.
He didn't murder anybody.
Talking about it. Me and Sobe already talked about that on the first live. He took accountability. He did deny, like, he didn't lie, which was my, like, for me, that's what it was. So I don't have any more questions about that because we already talked about that. I don't believe in keep going over like the same thing.
Yeah, Sobe.
I don't know how we ended up here because we was having, like,
Sobe's a different story.
And he didn't murder anybody. That's just put that out there.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, and I want to say this
That's
real
not
quick.
murder. That's not
Can I
murder.
ask a question?
Stop throwing that around.
I don't know what
Right,
happened.
it's actually.
Stop
I
with
never
that.
said his name. I said unaliver. So if you guys want to put a name on it,
You said murder.
We know what you were doing.
Oh, my bad. If she wasn't talking about Sobe, I apologize.
She said murder. She
We
didn't say
know what
unalive.
you
She
were
said murder.
doing.
allowed because
But
it's
you support
unalivers.
somebody that
I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, look. If she wasn't talking about, I'm so sorry. Maybe I thought that's what she was talking about.
I'm sorry. It blows my mind how anybody can support someone that broke a baby's bones. Like, my God.
Nobody's in supportance of anyone.
But wait a minute, though. This is the part I don't understand.
Okay,
When I came to Ray the Fixer's
Sick person.
live just to ask a question because I wasn't clear. I was asking a simple question. What was the goal? The first thing, and I'll be honest, I don't know if it was Sobe or if it was Scholar. The first thing they did was go to my page and look and see who I was following and then bring it back to the live and be like, well, I see you following this and I see you following that.
Miss Lola, if I
To
can.
everybody in the live, if you're going to say that that's not bullying. Now, I dropped Patrick for my own reasons, but to me, you're lumping, just because someone is a follower, they might not even know all of the information. And the first thing they did to me was go to my account and look and see who I was following. And then bring it back to the live and tell everybody in the live. And then I got accused of being a Genty supporter.
But did you leave that live in better spirits? Because I remember our conversation, Lala. You stayed in my live for like 45 to an hour, sitting in my box.
I did. I stayed in your live the first time.
Don't leave it like you came in my live and you got bullied, because I don't let nobody get bullied in my live. That's not how I handle it.
No.
So that's the language you're using. That's the language you're using, and that's not exactly what happened. Yes, they went and looked to see who you support, but you wasn't bullied. You was not bullied in my life.
Because people in the comments were saying that I was a Genty supporter.
And decided you were no longer going to support Patrick. Not because of the bullying that you say happened, because that's not what happened. I remember when it went down.
All right, that's how you feel about it. What I'm saying is, as a person who...
Washa, I believe you was in that live that day. People like to do
What
that
I'm
too.
saying is, when I came to the live to ask a question, the first thing that happened to me in the live was that somebody went to my account, saw that I was following him and somebody else, came back to the live and was like, you're a follower of his and a follower of this other person's. And then people were like, how can you be a supporter of blah, 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 blah. And then it was all in the comments. And then it was like, because I was asking a question about where was the end of this?
You came up as
What
a
was
Patrick supporter, Lala. I literally opened my live up and
I
said,
didn't
any
say
Patrick
you
supporter,
did.
that's
Ray,
the time you came up. I said, any
Ray,
Patrick supporters, you are more than welcome to the box because we want to understand where you're coming from. And you came in at
no.
that
Yep,
time. That is
Okay,
exactly
exactly.
what
real
happened.
Yes,
quick.
that's what
Hold on,
happened.
That is exactly what
I do
happened.
have a
It
question for.
is.
I
But
do have
my
a question for
question
Lala
wasn't
real quick.
about,
But you came up at a time as a Patrick supporter.
Hold on. I do have a
no, I
question.
didn't.
No, wait,
Oh
wait,
my
wait.
God.
Lala, I have a question. Hold on. I got a question for you, Lala, because somebody said in the comments, I'm just going to ask. I wasn't there for this live, just so y'all know. So, like, I can't speak to any of this. If I'm not there, I don't see it. I can't speak to it. But, Lala, I do have a question for you because somebody said that Ray, she even thanked you for it being
Thank
brought to
you.
her
I
attention.
did.
So wait, wait,
Okay,
wait,
but
wait,
you
wait,
coming
wait,
and
wait,
telling that
Lala,
story.
hold on,
That's what I don't appreciate.
hold on, Ray.
Sorry, sorry,
Hold on.
sorry.
I want to
So
get this question
annoying.
out real quick. So we got to be very words about like, but I was very careful with what I was saying, and that's why Imperfect kind of understood what I was saying. Even though she may disagree, she kind of understood what I was saying, how it can look like bullying, right? So like, I get what you're saying about. I get what you're saying because I've also experienced the same thing. Gia has experienced the same thing too, where you go into a live and just because you follow somebody or you ask a question, somebody feel like you're a supporter of, and they do come on you.
Mhm.
It do feel like that. I ain't gonna lie, because I done been came at, but I don't, for me, and I can't invalidate how you feel, but I don't think that is bullying for me, because it just, yeah, they kind of explained this before, and I kind of get it from a lot of different perspectives. Everybody is up in arms, and they don't know what direction to go, and they don't know who support who, and they don't even know who's genuine. I feel like it's been a lot of hurt and damage on this app. So sometimes, and I had to understand this too, because I had to. Sobe called me bald headed in the live, my hair down my back.
Me
I
too.
asked
He
the
called me
question.
quiet.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I had that
And I
conversation with
am.
Sobe. But I think like we got to understand, like, if she did bring you in a box and you did bring the issue to her, and she kind of like, you thanked her, I understand what you're saying though, I
Wait a
totally
minute.
get it.
So let me be clear. I'm sorry. Let me be very clear. Ray did not bully me. I didn't feel bullied by
Okay,
her.
cool.
Let me be 100% clear. I did thank her. She informed her some of the videos that I seen after that conversation. And when I came back the next day, I said I unfollowed after getting more information. So I was clear about that. The only part where I personally say that I felt bullied was that as soon as I came on the live, someone went to my page in the live, someone in the box, not someone in the comments, someone in the box went to my page and was like, you follow him and you follow the next person I'm going after. And it was like, why would you announce that to the live? Like, what was the point of that? If I'm trying to get more information to say, I have to make a personal decision about what I'm going to do, and I came to my own personal decision, why do that? I'm not on live every day. I'm not a big content creator. I was just trying to understand, because some of these people I've been following since I joined TikTok. And so I don't know all the details about what's going on. And like I also said in the live, that in the beginning, I thought it was this crew versus that crew. And I was like, I'm not getting in the middle of that. If I happen to like your content, I'm going to follow you no matter which side of the pendulum you swing on. I didn't want to be in the middle. But this situation made me pause about that person in particular. So I want to be very clear. I wasn't bullied like, oh, get out of here, you ugly. This, not like that. Just the mere thought that someone went to my page and looked at who I was following and came back and brought that to the live and announced it. It was like, well, what was the point of that? Was it supposed to make me look bad? Was it supposed to bring me down in the eyes of the 1,000 people that are in here?
Yes.
That's the only part that made me feel like I felt bullied in that moment.
It's an identifier. It's an identifier. It's an identifier.
She's entitled to that because in that moment, that was her experience.
And she's
You know
allowed
what
to
I'm
feel that
saying?
way, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you call it?
Sure.
I'm thinking like the word.
She's allowed to feel like that, but I do think we got to be
you know
very
what? I'll
careful.
do a better word. I felt like someone was trying to embarrass me.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Okay.
I'll use that word. I felt like I was being embarrassed into making a decision
Don't cry.
for the public, or for me to be like to the public, oh yes, I'm gonna drop because all these people have now heard on a live that and I purposely came back.
They keep on doing it to me, and
just
it's not gonna work.
what?
I said they keep on doing it to me, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. That's what they're doing.
Right. And that's
She
the only reason why I
supports
jumped
as
up,
if
because
change anything.
it happened to me, or it felt like it happened to me. But like I said, after doing some more research, watching some more videos, seeing some more things, doing my own prayer, I decided for myself to drop it because that's what felt right in my spirit to do. It wasn't because I felt bullied or someone said I shouldn't, so therefore I should. That's not why I made that decision. But that doesn't mean that I unfollowed his mutuals. Because I struck it to the one person who I feel like is at fault. So that's the only reason why I came up, was to just offer my experience to Afro Latina, what she was saying about, I'll use the word embarrassed, not bullied.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they're going to keep on doing it. And honest to truth, it doesn't matter. Like, Be Me and Match, the reason why they did this post was so that this, like, basically this chat line, so that people can come up and say how they feel and not get blocked because you don't agree on the host's opinion or the moderator's opinion. People are not going to like your opinion. People are not going to like voice. We're not gonna like your tone. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. When I hang up this live right here, my life continues, and I won't even think of all these random names. So when I'm here, like, no one's gonna bully me, nobody's gonna harass me, nobody's gonna intimidate me. I don't care, and I'm gonna stick to my opinion. It is what it is. I don't support Genty. As far as whatever happened in his life, that's what happened in his life. Whatever happened in Sobe's life, what happened in Scala, Ray, whoever else. That is your business. I do not care. But what I care about is when I get on and y'all entertaining me, putting your business on it, then I'm gonna listen, I'm gonna surf, I'm gonna be in rooms listening to what you guys are saying, arguing and posting each other. It's like, wow, you weirdos are very entertaining. And I'm gonna keep on listening, I'm gonna keep on watching. Cause the more context you guys put up, I'm gonna keep on watching.
Let me just say one
And
other thing,
opinionated.
Ray. Let me just say one other thing, and then I'm going to hop off so someone else could jump up. The one thing that did happen to me, though, I immediately got afraid that someone was going to try to dox me. That's the first thing that came to my spirit, was like someone's going to come and try to track me down and then put out to everybody. Now, I'm not saying that I'm important, but that was the initial fear. Why is someone going to my page and looking? Just so that you're aware. But you didn't do that. It's not your fault. I don't hold you responsible. I just happened to be in your live when it happened.
You came up in the box.
Right.
You came up in the box.
Right.
While we was talking about
But
Patrick, we came during the time that we were talking about Patrick, and we asked people who support Patrick to come up in the box, and that's when you came up. So I don't know if you remember that part. And they went to your, they went. That could all be true. They went to your profile to see exactly who you are. because far too many times people get in the box under the pretense that they're supporting our movement, or for so many different reasons. We just have to know who's getting in the box. And I think that's all they were doing. Once they found out, you stayed in my box for about an hour almost, talking and just getting more information and being educated. Nobody attacked you, at least not when I was watching, and I watch my lives avidly. And so you said you left. You said, thank you for explaining. I will not be following him. The next day you came back in the live and you said you did more research. And yes, it's a concrete decision that you would not be following him. And we moved on. And nobody doxed you. And nobody's thinking about you at this point, to be quite honest.
Right. And again, I'm not trying to say that I'm important. I'm
Not
not
that you're
saying
not
that, but what I'm
important. I'm
saying
just
is
saying
it's
you
the
said what you
feeling.
said and we moved on
It's
from
the
it.
feeling. I'm just trying to describe to you the feelings or the things that went through my head at the time in the moment, and how I related to what Afro Gia, whatever her name is. I'm sorry. I just see Afro Latina. This is my first time seeing you. I apologize.
And
That
and
I
and we
understood
all
what she
can.
was saying.
It's okay.
And we all can relate on some level, and that is the point of like why me and my sister started going live, because it was so much on. I've never been muted from Ray's live or anything, even for disagreeing. I've disagreed in Ray's live before, and I've never been deleted or like muted or anything like that. But
Never.
in other people's live, that's around. On both sides, I definitely have, and that's the point. And sometimes, Ray, for real, be honest, sometimes we just have questions. You know what I'm saying? And I know sometimes people, they like, we shouldn't ask certain questions where people think, but people still be having questions. I got questions for R. Kelly. Let me get R. Kelly in a box, because I got questions for him. And I don't support him at all. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay, but we don't have access to R. Kelly. Like, this is somebody who's literally sitting here that could be the same person influencing your TV show in a few years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
we have to be realistic at a certain point. And